that introduction, Jennifer. Before I begin, I'd like to start by congratulating tonight's honoree, Anna Maria Tejada. I've attended a number of these diversity dinners being active with the Garden State Bar Association, and Anna Maria is at every one. I think she gets an award at every single banquet I go to. But it's extremely deserving, and the Bar Association could not have picked a better honoree, so congrats to you. Of course, I want to thank the Bergen County Bar Association and the women lawyers in Bergen for inviting me and my firm to participate in tonight's program. Having an event like this is truly demonstrating the Bar Association's commitment to diversity. But my comments tonight, my remarks, may sound a bit alarming because I'm here to tell you that programs and events that simply seek to increase diversity alone are things of the past. Diversity should no longer be the goal, but it should be a means to an end. And the new end game, in my opinion, is that of inclusion. For too long, I believe that law firms and in-house legal departments alike, they've set a goal of achieving diversity amongst their ranks. And I'm sure by now each of us has attended a seminar or a CLE talking about the business case for diversity, where clients want to make sure that they have a diverse team of attorneys, working on their matters, and diverse teams of attorneys create diverse thought, and diverse thought in turn creates better results. That would seem like everyone is going to win when you get this diversity, whatever it is, but that's not always the case. What we fail to realize through initiatives that only carry a diversity component is that we are given a temporary solution to a permanent problem. Despite the business case for diversity and very well-intentioned efforts of law firms and legal departments, the statistics on diversity in our profession are abysmal. In the ABA's 2010 report on lawyer demographics, we find that the legal profession remains nearly 90% white. And of those minorities who actually make their way into our profession, the numbers become even more staggering. As of a 2010 NALP survey, 20.9% of all associates at law firms were minorities. So this means we're actually getting into the door, but as you move up the ranks, those numbers shrink. Only 16.5% of equity partners in all law firms are women. And of that fraction, only 2.3% of partners are minority women. Asian partners make up 2.67%, and Black and Hispanics each only make up about 1.8% of partners at law firms nationwide. What you see is that the attrition rate is extremely dramatic, and women and minorities are not staying at law firms long enough to be promoted to partner. This has caused what I think is a paradigm shift in our thinking to go from diversity to inclusion. Because when you think about it, diversity is simply when you count people, but inclusion is when you make people count. So I think one of the greatest inclusion efforts you can be a part of is to create affinity groups. Modeled much after our affinity bar associations, these groups bring together people in our workplace who have common needs and issues and concerns, such as those affecting women or minorities. For a number of years at Archer Greiner, we've had a women's network where the women attorneys meet on a regular basis to host programs and further their professional and practice development. And a few years ago, the firm supported me in an idea to create an affinity group for all of our minority attorneys entitled LEAD, and I'm very proud of that acronym, Lawyers Encouraging Archer's Diversity. There is a social aspect to groups like this, but at Archer and Greiner, we focus our efforts on molding the leadership skills, professional development, and community involvement of our diverse attorneys through these groups. I must note that groups like this can only be successful if they're supported from the top down. That's very important for a firm to have complete buy-in for a new idea such as this, creating a new affinity group. And the president of our firm, Chris Gibson, who sits on the diversity committee with me, he was just as supportive of an idea to create an affinity group as I was. Support like this from firm management is critical, and it really makes the difference between having a simple diversity initiative and supporting an environment of inclusion. At my firm, we've also recognized the need to create pipeline programs with high schools, colleges, and law schools. On the earliest level, we recently adopted a school in North Philadelphia, where our diverse attorneys, we meet with the high schoolers in the city's most urban area, who, despite their circumstances and their surroundings, they have a dream of becoming an attorney. And we are there to finally show them that there are attorneys who look just like them. We're letting them know that becoming an attorney is not a dream, it is in fact a reality. Additionally, we've partnered with the Law School Admissions Council to host college students at our firm. And in an effort to really seek that they can feel that inclusiveness early on, we strive to forge mentoring relationships with these young people. Again, providing a support system for these future women and minority attorneys. Lastly, we have a couple of scholarship programs at Rutgers and Temple Law Schools where diverse students are not only given a check, which I know they really appreciate the money, but they're also given an opportunity. And they join us as summer associates, and I'm charged with connecting them with mentors in our firm. Not only mentors that look like me, but also white mentors as well. Mentors that are going to make sure they feel that spirit of inclusiveness. And what we do is when they join our firm, we give them real assignments. We take them to meet our clients, and we encourage them to join our bar associations, because that's what it really takes to promote inclusion. I brought with me tonight some of my colleagues who really, in my opinion, are some of our examples of how inclusion really does work. At the table in the back, I see he's already blushing, but Carlos Boyar is my colleague, and he's a shareholder at our firm, and he is the president-elect of the Hispanic Bar Association for the state of New Jersey. Also here at my table, Allison Chin is a first-year associate at the firm. She's only been there about 6 months, but as you can see, she's already out attending the Bar Association event and showing her commitment to a cause such as diversity. So another example of how inclusion really does work. Allison was one of the recipients of that Temple University Diversity Scholarship, and Shayna Miles, who I think she's recording back there, but Shayna is one of our current Temple Diversity Scholarship recipients, and she's going to be joining us this summer as a summer associate. And I also have Robert Ransom, who not only is one of the Rutgers University Law School Diversity Scholars, but he's one of those students that I've mentored since he was a high school student in Camden, New Jersey. I've encouraged him to join the legal profession and make sure that he gives back to a cause such as this, which is so extremely important. These people are all proof that inclusion really does work. I can only hope that all the law firms and the legal departments in the state of New Jersey will join us in creating affinity groups and pipeline programs to really change the face of our profession, literally. It's only when we see a shift from diversity, to inclusion that we will see a more permanent solution to our problem. Thank you so much. Enjoy the evening.
Lloyd, thank you very much. And